What you're witnessing here is my in-laws, Ken and Barbara Mead's home being destroyed. Ken's 82 next month, Barbara's 77, and their home is being destroyed on the say-so of Cheshire East Council following a planning dispute that's gone on for about 5 years. The truth is that actually the council broke statute of law in issuing a flawed planning certificate, although they've never acknowledged or even admitted that. They've denied any response to our discovery that they had issued a flawed planning certificate, and this building, originally built as a warehouse, was in fact 10 times bigger than it should have been. What's interesting is that this piece of land the council wanted to buy to turn into a car park many years ago, and there's been a very unhealthy interest in the land over the years. But ultimately, after 18 months or so, back in 2014 to 2015, they made a mistake and they moved into the warehouse, which they couldn't let and they couldn't sell because the council deemed it unauthorised. They never told them why it was unauthorised, but they made the mistake of moving in, and they informed the council, and the council duly came round and banded it for council tax, which they paid to this day. It just goes to show you the kind of things that the council are capable of. Planning law, planning disputes and enforcements are supposed to be remedial, they're meant to be remedied rather than punitive, but in this instance it's very much punitive. Ken and Barbara have spent their life savings building this place, and with legal fees to the various different court cases over the years, they've wasted and lost over £250,000, and they're left with nothing now. It's a very sad day, as you can tell. The council know that with the demolition, such are Ken and Barbara's resources, that actually they'd face homelessness were it not for myself and my wife Sarah and Rachel and Andy, Ken and Barbara's other daughter, and her husband, purchasing this canal boat for them to live on and to have a roof over their head. But this is entirely punitive by particular members of the council. When we approached Sean Hannaby of Cheshire East, Director of Planning and Sustainability, he said he would speak with the local ward councillor Hilda Gaddam here in Sutton in Macclesfield, and we got an email back saying that Councillor Gaddam was very aware of this situation, and she wasn't prepared to meet with any representatives of the family, and please don't contact her. And that's your local ward councillor. David Ruttley MP also approached the council asking two simple questions. Firstly, what were the correct allowances for the size of this building when it was built? And secondly, because it was built as a warehouse which they couldn't let, why did the council give it a completion certificate for a warehouse when they maintain, or have maintained since, that they thought it was built as a dwelling? Even with an MP writing to the council twice asking those two simple questions, which actually would incriminate the council because they'd have to admit they got it wrong, and they awarded a planning certificate for a building that would be 10 times bigger than it should be. In actual fact, we've discovered that under the legislation when this place was built, the permitted development of the site was actually a 6-metre square building that was 5 metres high. Clearly you would never entertain the idea of building a warehouse of that size. But obviously when we discovered this, all the council did was call it unauthorised. It is an absolute injustice. It's an example of bullying and the bullish behaviour and punitive behaviour of Cheshire East Council to an elderly couple, and quite frankly, this just shouldn't happen. Fortunately, we have the BBC here today, and they've been here most of the day so far, since 9 o'clock, and this will get some airtime. It's also on the front page of Macclesfield Express today, which is the 13th of February 2019. Very sad day.